Hello, this is RunningRobert, and today we're going to be talking about the Checkpoint Therapeutics CKPT. What is going on summary? Today's the 13th of January, 2025. And in this summary, we're going to look back at the last month to see kind of what is happening and possibly speculate on what could happen. So I generally follow small cap pharma, I do games, I do a little bit of everything. So if you like what I'm doing, hey, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot, and thank you. Disclaimer is I have had Checkpoint this year, sold all my shares for the moment for a profit, so I like that. At the moment, I bought call options at 5 for the 17th of January, so this week. Not a lot. It's a very speculative buy because I might lose it all if nothing happens on up to or on the 17th of January, but that's where we're going. I'm an amateur investor, and any advice given should be followed up by your own due diligence, and information given is valid for today, the 13th of January, and the slideshow will not be updated, but if we get new slideshow. So, let's sum up what happened. So, announced FDA approval on Friday night at 6:15 on the 16th of December 2024. That led to a huge amount of speculation about what is coming up on Monday. And Monday came, nothing. The rest of the week came, nothing. Rest of the month, beginning of this month, yeah, it's been completely crickets. So really, that's kind of making us think, what is going on here? So when looking at the full picture, the company has not made any moves to start a commercial organization. Of course, that's going to take time and cash, but they have a plan, but they have not seemed to do anything with it. As of the end of last quarter, the company had 4.7 million in cash, but they did cash in 9.2 million of warrants in November 2024. The net loss for the third quarter was 9.7 million. Probably most of it was net cash, so we can assume that most of the cash from the warrants is either gone or will be gone very soon. Of course, there still might be warrants outstanding in the money, and the company believes that cash will only get them into the first quarter if no further warrants are issued. So again, we're a lot of questions going on about what they're doing. They're not seeming to move forward, but we haven't announced a deal yet. So what has this quiet led me to believe? So one, I believe it's a buyout. I believe a buyout based on a few things. The company really doesn't have a pipeline that warrants investment. And I'm not saying that the drugs that they're doing are currently bad. At the moment, it takes so long to get cancer drugs to the market that we're looking at maybe 6 to 9 years before maybe one of them gets to the market if they pass. So again, not huge there. Fortress Biotech does own a large chunk of CKPT. I think it's 10 or 11%. And they would definitely push for a sale. Right now, they get 4% royalties off of anything that is sold. So if the company were to sell and that 4% royalties move on, they would get 10% of the sales price, plus still get the royalties. And that sounds like a pretty sweet deal. Now, they're not big enough by themselves to make it happen. They don't own 50%, but they do own 11%, which is a pretty large chunk. So I know what they're pushing for. So I believe the deal is being negotiated with several companies, which is why we are delayed in knowing what is happening. And I think that really kind of came in that I think there's been counter offers that have been made. The drug has a pretty good potential overall to make some good money. So I believe that that's kind of why we're waiting, is because they're making a deal. Someone is going over them. They're making it with the other company, and vice versa. I will mention this because I've seen it on the message board a lot. I don't believe the company will merge with anybody. And I'm just going to put that at the end. And the explanation is they are still going to be against big drugs. Keytruda itself, everybody knows it. It is, at this point, a household name. So that's really the drug that most people ask for first in this situation. So it's very hard to go against, one, a very well-known drug, but two, a big company behind it. So again, I think if they were to merge with, and I've seen it merge with smaller companies, I don't think that would be in the best interest, just because that would still be a small company fighting a big company with a very well-known branded name. So yeah, we'll go with that. So what are we looking for? So 3 things happen. You get a deal, which is great. We're done. No problem. Dilution, and how much? So if we get a little dilution, and I'm talking about, like, they say, oh, we're going to give 2 million shares at $3 or something like that, something very small. That's probably a good sign that they're still in negotiations and that they're going forward with those negotiations. If the dilution is a lot, where all of a sudden we're looking at 20 or 30 million at whatever price, it means that deal has probably fallen through, and we're going to probably start seeing them hire staff coming up for sales. So, summary. So all deals can fall apart. I bought options on the cheap because it was good risk reward. I spent $10 per $5 option. So, $100 could get me $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 if they announce it. And if they don't, then hey, I'm not down that much. If there are no news this week, I'll most likely buy some February options around the same price. Probably won't get as good as a deal, but it is what it is. Overall, I think the company is fairly safe because I don't believe I see them I don't believe them seeing them with a merger or trying to market this drug itself. So I think overall it's a pretty safe investment for the moment. So hopefully this helped give you some information. And if you have made it this far, I do memberships, I do super thanks, I do a little bit of everything. So if you like it, hey, it'd be wonderful if you sign up for one of those. If you just like and subscribe, I will be super happy with that too. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope you have a good day.